This is a Makerbeam catalog, and if you've never heard of Makerbeam, it is a hobby-style aluminum extrusion kit that you can use to build whatever you want. So it comes with a kit. This is the kit that I got for Christmas. That comes with several different sizes of extrusions, screws, nuts, brackets, handy carrying case. There's an example of different parts that come with it, and you can build just like an erector set basically, or actual extrusions, full-size parts, whatever you want with it. So this is the kit that I got right here, all these different parts. This is the starter kit. This is what's left of my starter kit. Not much left at all, because they are all being used for this printer. So this is what I've been building since Christmas. It's taken me a little bit to get this done, but as you can see, as of today, it is actually printing. So how did I get here? I didn't make a how-to video on this one. But this is not a Core XY. It's not an H-bot, really. D-bot, they make a lot of different versions. Here's what I've got. My Z-axis is going there later. I'll talk about that later. But I'm using a lead screw and stepper motor, belt-driven stepper motor, to run my Z-axis. It's a ball screw, not a lead screw, so it's got a lot of precision, although not. It's got a lot of turns, or very few turns per thread, or it's not as precision. How am I trying to say it? I don't know. It's kind of late, but it's very precise. But it just moves a lot. As it's, for every turn you get a lot of linear motion. So that's my Z-axis. My X and Y, I am using stepper motors. So this is my X-axis. I 3D printed, designed and 3D printed most of the parts for this. So this is running my X-axis. I've got linear bearings for my X and Y and Z. There's one on that ball screw as well. So I bought some belt. What did I buy? I bought belt and pulleys, and I bought this Mark 8, Mark 10, I forget which one it is. It's a extruder, it's a direct drive. So I've got the stepper motor and the heat sink as part of the extruding mechanism, and you can see the heater block down there. Otherwise, I mean, it functions the same as your standard extruder. But I've got stepper motors that I had left over from other projects, just like the linear bearings. A lot of this was made out of leftovers. My ramps board, ramps Arduino combo, that was from another printer. I stole it because I didn't have any more spares. But you can see how this is all constructed with extrusions and brackets and nuts and bolts. I'm not going to say that it went together easy, but it went together better than some of my other printers because I had a lot of standard parts to pull from, and it was easy to make a nice big box out of this. It's 300 millimeters tall, so what is that, 12 inches? So I can make a box out of that, and I can add brackets to it. I can use the slots inside, trying to get this to focus, to add pulleys. They just put a nut inside the extrusion here, put a screw through that, and now I've got a pulley, a place for a pulley to attach. What else can I tell you about it? I don't have all my wiring harnesses all put together yet, so let's see, but it is actually printing. So this is not the first print. Let's see, here is the first print, the very first one. It's a XYZ cube, obviously, and under extruded pretty badly. I putzed with that quite a bit, and it turned out that my hot end was blocked. So I did a cold pull and got that straightened out. I kept trying to change my extrusion settings, and they weren't changing because the nozzle was blocked. So this is my second print. This is a benchy, no kidding. But it didn't finish. The extruder jammed because I forgot that I sliced this for a printer that was a Bowden style, and so my retraction was set to 4 millimeters. And this I've got set to 1, which is actually pretty high. I could probably go with 0.5, but once it got to where it had to retract all the time, you know, between the 4 posts of the cabin, it just jammed. So I fixed that, tried another one, and I started it too close to the edge of the bed, and it hit the wall and misstepped several times. So this is actually my first completed benchy. This is the first of the 3. Fairly pleased with this. My walls are pretty good. My hole is good. My overhangs are not bad. My chimney turned out great. This phone doesn't like me. Considering this is the first complete print on this, and I haven't really tweaked much of anything, this turned out really well. Not the best I've ever seen, not as good as my Delta, but I've always wanted to build. Well, okay, it's my goal to build one of every kind of FDM printer, just so I can say I've done it and I understand how it works. So now I've got one more knocked off. I was going to make a true Core XY, and I talked myself out of it. I was just going to take up a lot more room at the top of the printer to put all the different pieces together. But this thing is really solid. All the different pieces here with the linear rails and a solid frame with corner brackets, everything is really solid. It shakes around a lot because it's top heavy. All my weight is at the top on this, all my motors, my platform, so there's really nothing at the bottom to make it stable. So I need to attach it to something to make it stronger. I've just got it on a towel again, like my last printer, because this hollow plastic table is just a sounding board. It makes everything really loud. So this is it. This is what I have been doing for the past week, building this from scratch and designing and printing parts for it. So not sure what else I'm going to do with my life now. Guess I'll build another printer. But this is what I've got. Hope you like it, and feel free to comment.